What is up, my people? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Cup Chasers podcast. That's right, we got Nez and Asif in the building as always. How we doing, gentlemen?
Cool. Not as good as a Crocodile Dundee down there, but I'm okay.
Yeah. Right out the rip, Charles letting us know Nez is happy today. Of course, what a Sunday it was. Hats off. Hey, we're starting this out good. Caught us with our pants down, or you pulled it down. Zero complaints. What's up, Charles? Thanks for being here. We appreciate you, buddy. Every single time. So go ahead and smash up the likes. It is, we're going to glaze Mo Salah today. We're going to glaze the Carabao Cup Final for old Pep Guardiola, his, umpteenth trophy. And so, of course, smash up the likes for that positivity. We'll leave some of the other stuff for my segment. But, of course, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Mo Salah has retired. And, well, not quite yet. He's retired from Liverpool, we'll say. And there's World Cup stuff going on, qualifiers going on. There's all kinds of madness at the actual World Cup that's been going on. Igor Tudor is about to sink Spurs or not. Somebody's coming in, somebody's not. There's all kinds of talk over at Chelsea because I'm loving that too. No one knows what's going on there, but it's fun stuff. And of course, yes, we're going to get to as much of it as we can. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It would be an honor, a pleasure, nay, a privilege to welcome you to the community. And of course, as Arun and Charles have done here, let us know what you're thinking in the comment section below. Arun says, first, I want to congratulate Salah for the career. Fantastic, whatever he's done for the Premier League and Liverpool. One of the best imports to ever play in the Premier League. Now we cook. Yes, well, Arun, I did just put out a short. Make sure you're locked in over there on the shorts page about Manchester United during the international break and the fact that you can check the fixture list and there's nothing there for you. Arun, my friend, we're starting with me. Nez, congrats. Congratulations, my friend. Well done. Well played. Champions of the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, man.
What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Still feeling the glow?
I mean, I'll give the reality that people may or may not say. I know some people use this win as sort of an indictment of saying this is the only trophy City will win. Well, I mean, if it is the only one, we won one. So there's a lot of teams who didn't win one. So there's that first. The team played well, and I think it's a sort of a big deal because, I mean, I'm giving Arsenal credit. When they started the game, they started, super high energy. And while I have no idea what happened, I know City kind of adjusted, saw what was happening, and played well. If I'm being honest, like Haaland missed a couple of chances where, I mean, they finally, and Jake, you asked this question, they finally let Semenyo be a winger. And man, he was slinging balls in there, and they were just missing him. Haaland should have had one for sure on that first header, like just completely missed it. And there was another one that I think O'Reilly missed in that first 20-minute spell. But other than
it was a very disappointing day for my outside backs.
But here's the thing. What I was about is you pressed, and then you said, we're going to double Doku and give Semenyo the whole wing. And we was like, for real? And Semenyo said, gotcha. Because I think they thought Semenyo was going to play inside, but when Cherky's on the field, he's not going to do that. So Semenyo said, I'm going to hug that line, and I'm going to just keep whipping him across. And that's what he did. And both goals in the second half came from the right side, like both of them. And it was interesting because I didn't understand why they did that, because then after the first goal, they came off of Doku and stopped doubling him. And Doku was like, wait, you're giving me the wing over here too? And then
my turn.
And then they just started going at him. And I said, this is crazy, because what you did is what Madrid did to Doku, except one, Cherky was playing, and two, Doku gave the ball back, and Pep said, okay, well, if you're going to give me a wing, I'm going to just take it. And he took it. And the players showed up for it. I think it's a big deal. While people question the value of the trophy, and I understand that. I get the context of it. What my thing is, and a lot of City people who understand this group hadn't won anything. This is the first trophy for this group of City players that's there. Savinho has a trophy. Doku, that like all of these guys had won nothing. And now they've won something. So now they know when Pep says it's a cup final for a game, they're up. They know what they need to do. And hats off to Kusanov, because Kusanov said, I'm going to be a beast. And maybe they can stop talking about the Chelsea game that happened a year and a half ago, because this guy has literally got wheels, is literally a destroyer, and proud of the young guy. And
well, you know what that means, right? You know what that means, right?
What?
That you are playing this high line again next season, because your Kusanov-Gavardiol combo is quick and very good at defending. So you're definitely, it's high line for life, mate.
Yeah, well, I'm not bothered by that, because the thing about it is that I think that's fine. What my biggest question is going forward, because even Nunez played really well too. My biggest question in Ake, which I'm telling you, when we saw the lineups together, it was like, why is Ake starting? What are we doing? But Ake played well. He played really well. He stayed where he was supposed to be, and I think the thing that's super important is people talk about money, and that's fine. But and it's kind of amazing to see, in 15 seasons, Pep Guardiola's won 40 trophies. That's absolutely bonkers. Like, it don't matter how much money you spend. 40 trophies is almost 2 trophies a year. Like, dude. Like,
I'm just laughing at what I don't just.
What is it?
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but see, this is what they do. They try to make that an actual argument by this one. It's a fact, but it's a fact. Yeah, it is a fact, and we move.
Well, here's the thing, and Jake, you know how I work. Asif, you know how I work. I've said nothing negative about Arsenal, because what's the point in that? Like, I mean, Jake will assess them, but I mean, the first 10 minutes, Arsenal played really well. I'm going to give them their credit. They played really well. But then once City recognized that they could play with it, and then Arsenal turned it all the way off. And I mean, anybody who watched that game after the first 20 minutes, you were expecting City to score, because we were just coming at you after that. We were just like, okay, it is what it is. There were mistakes being made. So I agree to those points, like the Kepa miss. He misplayed the ball, but the thing about it is that you also have to meet the marking. So Kepa missed the ball, but the marking behind him, not great. On the second goal, I think Saka was marking O'Reilly, not great. So as much as you can blame, people have put it on Kepa, you also have to account for what's around him.
That's a very nice explanation of the absolute train wreck that second goal was. But thank you. So thank you.
Yeah, well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the marking was terrible on that, and so
from my point of view, that was a train wreck.
Well, and so I look at that and I say the thing is that City could have scored more. I mean, if we're being honest, and the thing that I think matters is just cup finals matter, man. I know the jury can be out, but cup finals matter. And the other thing is, because I've seen commentators say something about, well, Arsenal should have played their best 11. Well, I mean, okay, outside of, you can't play Odegaard and Eze and Kepa, you had the best players you could put on the field. You know what I mean? And so I look at that, and I think blaming, unless that was the only goal and that was the mistake, I might get that, but that wasn't the case, And so blaming Kepa alone feels unfair to him. And this is a guy who's been slagged off. Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh yeah, and for a lot of things, but this guy's also won things. So I mean, yes, he's not your number one keeper. We understand that, and yes, I think Raya probably would have played better. But if the team around Raya played the same way the team played around Kepa, I don't know if you get a win at all anyways.
Well, for me, the difference is not necessarily the fact that I believe Raya doesn't drop the ball, and I agree with Varun that you can't blame it all on Kepa because he's right. We didn't create much, and I understand though that there's a lot of people that will do that. It's easy. Scapegoating is very lazy, but it is easy. It's because it's simple. It's right there, low hanging kind of fruit or whatever. I think the bigger issue between the goalkeepers for me is that Kepa couldn't figure out because you were playing a 4-2-4 against the ball, and you were just standing in the passing lanes. Do you remember that one moment in the second half before you scored where Kepa just stood there?
Yeah,
y'all just stood there, and Kepa just stood there, and y'all just stood there, and Kepa just stood there. And what I screamed at the TV was, "Come get it, Kai! Come get it, Havertz!" They're blocking Zubi purposefully. They're turning around. You could see Silva and Haaland, and they were both turning around, looking, making sure they were in between the pass. So just bring an extra guy, figure it out, and then chip your people into that giant hole of space. We have that kind of skill. This is a cup final. We're not here because we just randomly got here. You have the skill to hit it in there and get close to your man, whoever is going to be on the first ball, get close to him and win the second ball. And so Kai didn't get close enough to our, during when Kepa had the ball, to our, defenders and backline to help with the buildup. And he also didn't get close enough to Gyökeres whenever we would hit it long, right? And so I think maybe he got caught up with the fact that Rodri was following him around. Rodri absolutely schooled him, man. Ballston, well done. He rolled back the years and put Kai Havertz in his pocket. Just absolutely said, "You're not doing anything today." And the only reason I bring up, that position again is because I think, that if we had an Eze or an Odegaard in there, they would have chosen one. You know what I mean? They would have chosen to come back and help build up or to get closer to Victor. There were times where we just could not get out. We just could not get out. And in those times, we couldn't find the quality. And that's,
we were talking about, and rightfully talking about Guardiola getting his tactics wrong previous games against, like, for example, Real Madrid, in the first game especially. But if you look at it, in the final, he got it. I think he got him spot on. I think he got his tactics for the past couple of games. Hasn't been, but he got it spot on this time. That's my, and they played well. I think, he should stick to playing Semenyo on the wing, and I think Haaland. I'm not sure what Nez thinks, but I think the way he's playing at the moment, we might have a case for Marmoush playing in certain games.
Might? What do you mean might?
No, because he gives more of a physical presence as well. Which
Let's be fair though. Haaland did kind of keep Gabriel and Saliba busy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And Semenyo absolutely cooked. And yes, you can say, "Oh, Haaland he wasn't involved in the build-up. He didn't really get some GA." But he was a major factor in the way y'all played and the things that you tried to do and what you were trying to execute.
Basically.
I mean, he didn't score 4 goals, so people think, he's a League 2 player all of a sudden, Arena Greece.
He missed chances though, and I think that matters. But one thing I think is that, your point, I was confused too, because essentially what City said was, we want your center halves to break the lines, and nobody went to do it. And so you called Havertz. What about Rice? I feel like Rice might have been able to be more influential too. Like, nobody went to go get the ball.
Doubled up. You were doubled up on them. That's what I'm saying. Kepa couldn't figure out where to put the ball because also you know what? You're right. Rice didn't figure it out. Zubimendi didn't figure it out.
Somebody was supposed to go.
Saka, bro, you're wearing the armband. Figure it out. And we started well, right? Everyone that saw that we started well. First 15, 20 minutes, we were kind of putting the pressure on, and it was kind of like I said, we had a spell of possession where we, were kind of dominating the ball and putting the pressure on. And then you had a spell of possession, and kind of dominating and putting the pressure on. We never came out in the second half and said, you know what, it's our turn again. Ebb and flow of the game. We never we never ebbed after we flowed. Right. It never, but also, let's be fair, our momentum turned on the Hincapié yellow card.
Yeah. Because
Semenyo relentlessly went at him after he got the yellow card. Relentlessly. And so what we should have done, and again, a lot of this is getting laid at Arteta's feet. I legit said it out loud to Lauren in the 35th minute. I said he should just sub Hincapié right now. Just take him off right now. Like before halftime, I was like, Jesus, he better sub him at halftime because Calafiori's right there. He's right there. And when Calafiori did come on in the 70th minute, the game went back to being even. But we were already down 2-0. So what?
Yeah. Well, another thing that was really strange was when Kepa came out and got the yellow on Doku. Because I was confused on why they just didn't let the play go. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing there.
Our goalkeepers do love to go on walkabout. Raya has that in him sometimes as well, where he'll come way out for something. And you're like, yeah, whoa. And every time he does it, I'm like, that's your one. You only have one this game. I don't want to see that again. Don't show me that again, ever.
Yeah, man.
And then they always bring it, but
and that was the point when they stopped doubling Doku. I'm like, what are you doing? Because the floodgates were going to come if Doku had gone through.
Let's be honest, man. Ben White does a lot for us going forward. He overlaps. He keeps the field wide. He gives Saka space to work. I'm just not a fan of his 1v1 defending, man. I'm really not a fan of his 1v1 defending.
Just speaking of Ben
he gives you 2.5 yards to everyone. It's not just Doku. That's what he does to everyone. I've noticed it a lot. It doesn't matter who it is.
Ben White. He's been linked with a move away from Arsenal this week. Him, who's the other one? Martinelli as well.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear both of those. For sure.
That would be some way of getting funds and getting someone, someone in. I think, you might want to take a look at maybe another left winger.
The left winger thing is definitely going to have to be sorted. That's for sure. I definitely think, at the basis, if you want to give it excuses, FC. I haven't made any excuses. I've called out everything. A lot of the fan base does. I'll give you that, Arun. There's a lot of people in our fan base that just want to make excuses and Arteta should have done this and Arteta should have done that. And, if we'd have done this and if that, and if Odegaard was healthy, there's a lot of that in there.
Remember that video I sent you, Jake, this week where who was it? One of the guys was saying Pele wouldn't get into the Arsenal team.
Yeah, man. It was that was Cundy. That was Cundy from the Chelsea guy.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, man. Nobody knows what that's about. And they're crazy, man. Those guys over at TalkSport are crazy. But I think, at the end of the day, it's like I was saying on the post-game show over on Fire Them Cannons. Make sure you're locked in over there, people. We've been to a final now. Yeah, it might have been a disaster. It might have felt like we, bottled it or whatever. And I think Anton said it well. We played the occasion. And I think there's a little bit of sometimes in games where it's interesting because versus Everton, we stuck with plan A and we kept going and we kept going and we kept going. Yeah. Yeah. And Arun, what's the theme? Arun, what's the theme here? What's the theme? When we get one step farther to a position we've never been, we kind of shit ourselves a little bit, you know? Last year it was the semifinal of the Champions League. The year before that, it was in Bavaria. Quarterfinal, Champions League.
But I think with Arsenal, as you mentioned, the way Everton played suited you as well.
Yeah, they let us have the ball. That's fair. But also, you know, there were times where if we'd have shown all you have to do in that game, in the Carabao Cup Final, all you have to do is beat the front four once or twice. And they will drop off maybe 5 yards or so. And it'll change the tactical battle. That's all it is. And there's a little bit of the players need to be able to adapt within the system. You know what I mean? We have to be able to see how Pep has figured it out, how they figured out what we were going to try to do. Now, what can we do to kind of counter that? It can't always be, well, we've prepped for this, this, and this, and this, and this all week long. Well, what if they don't throw that at you? So they still need to be able to adapt on the fly, you know. And I think what will change is the fact that we've been to a final now. They know what they felt the final nerves. They felt that, you know, and Man City had to get to a final and lose in the Champions League before they won the Champions League.
Yep.
You know, and for me, it's just progress. And what I've learned about Arteta is that I am very impatient. I'm very impatient. I want it now. I'm devastated we didn't win. You know, I want to win tomorrow. I want to win every single game, 5-0. You know, I'm impatient. He's not. He's not. That's why he made them watch the trophy lift. That's why he made them watch the trophy lift. That's an experience that is so keen. That's a pain that you feel. And I know that a lot of Arsenal fans are saying, oh, if we win the league, no, we'll forget that. They won't. They won't forget watching Bernardo Silva lift that trophy. That sticks with you, man. One of the worst things I can remember watching, but also one of the best motivators I ever had in my life, was losing the state championship my junior year of high school in penalty shootouts while I sat on the sideline and didn't take a penalty because I was 7th in the order, the kick taking order. And then the next season, I was at the height of my powers and I never missed a penalty. And I was in the top 5 that next season as my senior year because I went and I practiced and I made it was one of the most motivating things I've ever been through, as in my athletic career back in the day. And those guys will remember that and it will motivate them. They'll keep that with them. You know what I mean? That will spur us on for sure. Pun intended.
I just when Aaron's giving people smoke at the like he usually does. I just wanted to mention, you know, when it was a really nice present that Harry Maguire gave from signing his new contract. When he gave you the last game against Bournemouth. That was a really nice way to celebrate his new contract.
Bro.
But yeah, sorry, I just had to put. While I was just thinking it.
Asif ain't never gonna let a rune sit, man. Asif gonna get you every single time, sir.
No, he was saying last week.
Absolutely.
Always talk about getting knocked out by so we have to give them new material for.
Well, the funny thing about this is also I think it's really important, and I mentioned it earlier, but I think saying it again because I don't know, either Charles or Arun said it about winning big games, and I think the thing that matters is a league big game is very, very different than a cup final, and I think that's something that people have to understand is different because again, I mean, respect to Chelsea for winning their 2 Champions Leagues. You know, they won the first one against a team they wasn't supposed to beat, and they won the second one against City, which, you know, I mean, they did what they needed to do. I think City could have been in it if De Bruyne had played that whole game, but they won those. And the thing about it is that you look at that and you say, well, if those teams played each other in the league, would the result be the same? And I'll say, I don't know, because it wouldn't matter the same. And so the thing about it is, doesn't matter if Drogba scores that header to send it the game into extra time in a regular season game. That's a draw. It doesn't mean the same. And so I think a cup final is so distinctly different, because I think Charles said, you know, the guys are young. And yes, the City guys are young, but the thing that is important is that there was enough pedigree on that team to support those young guys. And I think that's something that matters. And so the point I brought up of these guys, this is these guys' first title. And so the point, like, City didn't start their run until they won the League Cup. And people's like, oh, it's not serious. That's fine. You can feel that. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm still saying, if that League Cup, if it doesn't get called the Man City Invitational, they don't win leagues and they don't win the Champions League. Period. Nobody else got to take it serious, but we do.
I hear you. Charles says, we're at loggerheads on the topic of City experience versus our experience. PSG never lost a final to win a final. That never applies across the board. Kusanov, O'Reilly, many babies there. Declan, Saka. Yes, but guess who else is there, Charles? Rodri. Guess who had one of the best games in Man City shirt? Rodri, the guy with all the experience. Guess who bossed the midfield? Rodri, the guy with all the experience. So in a moment where one of our players has been to a final, I think Hincapié may have been to a German Cup final. Declan Rice has been to a final.
Yep.
Kepa's lost 6 Carabao Cup finals now.
Yep.
So Haaland has won how many cups? Rodri's won how many cups? Bernardo's won how many cups?
Ake.
The experience, Ake's won how many cups? The experience level of the guys that are there, even though you have half of a new team, is so valuable in finals, especially in moments where we have not been there. And about PSG never losing a final, how long did it take them to win a Champions League? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that was their first one.
Yep. Now this McTominay, first of all, in the City final,
Which that's ages ago.
That was 3 seasons ago. That was the FA Cup final. I remember it. I
remember us beating Man United 7-0, but you know.
Yeah, man. Cup finals are cup finals, man.
No, I'm just if we're going back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just not gonna let that man live on, see.
Yeah, well, what happens when De Bruyne, McTominay, and Mo Salah are playing together at Napoli?
I think he'll go to the Saudi League.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, only consolation we have is context. Everton win, Leverkusen win was also important. Yeah, both those wins are very, very important. But I think there's a lot of context to take with this game, because champions never lose. They either win or they learn. And so we've learned, and I think that's incredibly valuable. Yeah, I'm gutted, of course, but I've kind of gotten past my phase of throwing stuff and putting my fist through the wall. When they don't do what I want them to do. I've come to terms with the fact that Arteta is never going to do what I want him to do. Arteta is never going to be the manager that I am on FIFA. And if I try to put that into the world and say, dude, you need to play the way that I do on FIFA because that's what I like to watch, that's what I like to see, then I'm going to be disappointed. Straight up. McTominay, Amrabat, Manu, midfield better, beat the better City team in a final. Yeah, one-off game. That can absolutely happen. Kai Havertz won a final. Gyökeres has cups and league experience. Seriously, are we doing this, Charles? The Portuguese league? That's what we're doing here? That's what we're doing now? The Portuguese league where Luis Suarez has 40 goals?
Hey, man, don't hate on him.
I'm not hating on him. Hey, you play the game that's in front of you, but Lisbon hasn't lost a game. Or no, they've lost once. Benfica hasn't lost a game. Benfica hasn't lost a single game, and look what they did versus Real Madrid. They haven't lost a game in the league. Don't come to me with the Portuguese league stuff. We didn't have any experience. Still won the FA Cup. It's about the will. How is Bruno Fernandes not experienced?
Yeah, missed
the reason it's applicable to a Champions League final because club was in a final 06, but League Cup ain't that, brother. We tried to scam a draw in a final. I disagree completely. It didn't look like we were trying to draw in the first 20 minutes. Just because James Trafford had a good game and Man City were the better team doesn't mean that Arteta all of a sudden is trying to play haram ball or he's some football terrorist. I think that we have to stop doing this where Man City, we lost because we suck and Kepa is shit. And Man City, you know what? You're shit too. And you would have won if we didn't suck. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes.
Can we put that the next one down? Yeah. Is that the same cup that you guys were actually celebrating winning? Is that what you were talking about?
Is this the cup, Arun? Is this the cup that you gave to Tottenham? We're never going to forgive you for that. They're gonna get relegated, bro. We're not forgiving you. You did that. It's disgusting. Game is not 20 minutes. Jake, agree to disagree. We can move on. Yeah, the game isn't 20 minutes, and the game turned after 20 minutes, and it was disappointing that we didn't come back into it. It's very disappointing, but that doesn't laid 100% at Arteta's feet.
Hold on, now I got so are we saying? Now, I know I'm not meaning to jump segment. So Liverpool are sitting in 5th right now, which is a Champions League spot. So I kind of don't. So
Aaron's getting a bit confused. You see, so
I'm not sure. I'm not sure Arun has watched Chelsea this season.
Traumatized after seeing Harry Maguire getting sent off and drawing against Bournemouth. So.
I'm not sure Arun has watched Chelsea this season, man. They're going down. Yeah. Liverpool's fine, bro. Liverpool are absolutely fine. I'm telling you that right now.
Now I will say that race for the 5th spot is tight because from 8th to 5th they're separated by 3 points.
It's only tight because Everton and Brentford are on the rise. Chelsea, nah, man. I'm telling you, if Chelsea don't look out, they might find themselves in 7th or 8th. It's looking bad. We'll get to that as well. But just to wrap it up, I think that it's a tough day, man. And I think that they're going to, I think just looking forward from it, the distance, like I said, between the next league game, I don't think it's necessarily going to have a huge impact on our league form because we have time we have 3 games to get back in the rhythm, or 2 games, I should say, to get back into the rhythm before we play Bournemouth, and if there's anything you want, because like you said, Lewis, Arteta's going to start Kepa versus Southampton. And if there's anything that you want after you have such a horrible gaffe, it's the opportunity to immediately make up for it.
Yeah, go back over it, yeah.
And so I think that's what we'll see, and I think we'll be fine moving forward. Absolutely. But yeah, congrats to Manchester City. Got themselves another cup. Segues are weird. Liverpool mudded amidst the Mo Salah farewell. Asif, are we covering up the story? Are we trying to divert from how poor things are? Because that loss to Brighton was terrible. But before we get to, do you want to start with that? Or do you want to do some Mo Salah?
Brighton first. First, that was absolutely fucking terrible. And yeah, excuse my language, but yeah, that was absolutely. Oh no, that was terrible. That was like watching Manchester United. So one of those things. And yeah, it was shocking. On a good note, we've got Isak coming back, which should provide a bit of a he's the kind of player, even if he's been injured for a while, he can come off and score a couple of goals. Done that for Newcastle. He's been off for a while, yeah, I'm not going to say we've got a problem with set pieces. I'm not going to lie. It's something we need to address, but we have a lot more positives, I think, going into next season than, say, Man United. I think we just need a couple of adjustments compared to Casemiro leaving, for example, or leaving a big hole in that midfield.
Well, let's see. If I saw something today that said Slot might be staying.
I saw that, and I really hope not. That's all I'm going to say for that. I really wish. I think that's just something. People are putting that. When it comes to, we'll see at the end of the season. But if he gets fifth spot, I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, I think he'll go. It's not.
Even if he gets Champions League.
Even if he gets Champions League, he should be gone. If you've got a quality manager like Xavi Alonso waiting on the sideline, or you could stay with someone of he was the prime candidate before Slot, but he obviously went to Real Madrid. And if he's available, yes, you take that chance.
Now, I'll say this, because I agree with the Chief on this. So, bro, I hear you. But I think it'll be a very hard case to make to the board to get rid of Slot if you say, in Slot's 2 seasons, what did he win? First season, he won the Premier League. Second season, he wins the Champions League. I find that really hard for a board to be like, yeah, get rid of that guy. I understand. I get what you're saying because I'm with the culture and I understand. And I'm inclined to agree with you. But I think the money side of it, I don't think they do it.
You might be right. I think you might even beat us because the way we play, we're very shit at it. But like I say, we don't have as many adjustments to make as Man United, I think. And I think a lot of people would agree with me. I think a lot of Manchester United supporters who I've spoken to agree with me in regards to that. So
he seems pretty confident there, doesn't he?
It is what it is. People always.
Is that at Flood Trafford?
Yeah, that's at Flood Trafford. Yeah,
that's at Mold Trafford. Okay.
Hey man, I keeping it real. I mean, as much as we want to hate them, they got some momentum going though. Like I'm honest about it. They have a lot of momentum going, so I'm not going to talk trash because several weeks ago I said, man, they start winning.
I still talk trash about them, even if they beat us. I'll still talk trash about them.
There you go.
So, Gakpo's he's shit, and that's another one we need to get rid of. But that's we need a couple of defenders and we need Gakpo gone. We should never. I kept saying this.
Now the beating on Verts ain't fair because Verts is starting to come good, so I don't know about that one.
Verts was horrendous versus Brighton. Everybody was bad versus Brighton, though. That's fair.
That's what I'm talking about.
Even Sloppy Slide didn't do his thing really versus Brighton.
It was against them. We were absolutely terrible. There's no excuses. And I'm not going to make any. So,
I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have gone right then and there.
It's
right after that game, it was bad.
He should be. I think the fan base is getting now. A lot of them are wanting him out now, and I think they just look idealist. It looks like if a team figures you out at all in the first 10 minutes of a game, you look like you have no clue what. Yeah, this is
Slot has doesn't know what to make adjustments. Doesn't.
That's what I mean. Yeah, this is why I keep saying he's more reactive than proactive. I don't see these ideas. There's no plan B. At least with Arsenal, you've got your style of playing. If you don't have it, you have a different. You have a plan B most of the time. Okay, then it is what it is. So.
I'm not sure what he's referring to. Who is?
I'm not even saying what he's referring to with HK.
Who's that?
Kadioglu, maybe? One of the Brighton players? I don't know.
Who's the K? Somebody who got a K last name.
The right back for Brighton's name is Kadioglu. Starts with a K. He's like Greek or something. But
I think we're absolutely crap. I can't for that performance against Brighton was really bad. I'm not making any excuses for that. Hopefully we just play better. We're playing much better on Anfield. Our home form is a lot better than our away form, so that's why when he mentioned going to
Oh,
Mold Trafford.
Hugo. He's talking about Eki TikTok.
And then
He's talking about Ekitike, yeah.
Yeah, when we're talking about going to Mold Trafford, I'm not feeling.
That's a big blow. That's a big blow, by the way.
But
Ekitike going down.
Luckily, we've got Isak coming back, so he should be hopefully ready to go by the by that time. Salah, I think he was about time he went.
Last year?
It was, but if we let him go after last year, people would have think, oh, what if? So I think it was, if we could have sold him to Saudi during January, we should have done. I'm not sure. I know we were linked with him. I think we should have try to get a transfer fee for him. But, okay, fine. If he wants to go on a free, he's been a great servant to the club, so he deserves it. If he wants to go on a free, let him go. We're saving, nearly £400,000 a week when we're not paying him, so.
Well, give me some kind of nostalgia, some kind of glazing. What is your personal favorite Mo Salah moment?
There was loads. The guy was a machine. The guy,
I mean, was it like all of last season where he's just dunking on everybody?
That 7-0.
When he scored 4 goals versus Manchester United, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite. If you wanted to talk about, sorry, Aaron, to bring back bad memories. But
the 7-0.
Yeah, the 7-0 and his performance that day was absolutely cracking. I think that was they can't live that down, even if they beat us, unless they beat us by 7. I'm not really.
Yeah, I don't see Man United beating Liverpool by 7. You guys are shit, but you're not that shit.
But the thing is that I think it's very interesting is that, and I understand the Chief's point about the what if on Mo Salah, but I mean City has the same what if, and I just feel like you recognize the age, you understood that being able to produce that kind of season again really was unlikely, especially at that advanced age, in addition to the fact that you have to assume the league would get better in the next year because, so they're going to run it back to win the league. But everybody else in the league got better. And you got the thing is, so if it's just coming back to win the league, is that really what it's for? And you bought somebody who could play not even close to as good as he was, but to kind of to play that way. So I feel like while I understand the whatabouts because that's real, and I think if they let him go, I think they do feel something different. But Klopp left the year before, and I think that would have been just a nice sort of closeout. But this year is fine. I mean, I'm not a Liverpool guy, so whatever the team thinks is. I think
with Salah, I think everyone knows. I think he was one of our greatest modern players, and I think everyone can agree with that one. Like I say, I remember after that 7-0, people were coming up to me who were other fans from other teams, and they were like, I'm not really a Liverpool fan, but I was so good to see them get smashed. So
he's scored so many against United. It seems like 4 to us. Our memories are just United got smashed. Salah must have scored 4. Yeah.
But I don't.
Let us keep our memories. Those are fun memories for a seat. Let him have that.
That was my favorite memory of Salah.
So here's my question.
Go on.
Mo Salah is amazing. He was amazing. He's done incredible things. He's in conversations for up there with some of the best in the league. Of course, he's got all kinds of trophies. Why announce it now, especially with what you just said? We knew it was coming. We knew he was leaving, especially with the experience you guys had with Klopp says he's leaving, and it's like you're shell-shocked for the rest of the season.
I think that's a pretty good thing.
Why would he announce it now?
I think just to prepare, I don't know. I think maybe he just wanted to tell the fans beforehand, give him like the send-off that he deserves. But it's a good thing maybe because now we're free to play Rio in his place. Like you're going at the end of the season, you've announced it. Bye, we can play Rio. Who's playing
So
a
you
lot
think
better.
so firstly you would prefer, obviously, yeah, you prefer that he gets less minutes now and maybe comes in to finish games. But do you think Slot will actually do that, or do you think it's going to be a Mo Salah farewell tour?
It'll be a farewell tour / carrying on for next season, planning for next season. I think it'll be a bit of both. So in like the big games, you'll probably start him, then Rio, for example. But yeah, in other games, say in the FA Cup, you might want to start Rio, that kind of thing. So,
another thing I think, just to kind of catch the logic, I think it's different than the Klopp thing, because the Klopp thing did kind of derail the season. It was disappointing to see that the way that happened. But if I'm looking at Liverpool's schedule now, because I was curious about what's coming up, I think he did it so he can hype his own self up to play well. Because it's sort of like every sports movie where the guy is about to go off into the sunset and he plays until his muscle tears out and then he goes off in the blaze of glory. So I think
hopefully he could score against Man United again. Give us a performance to remember.
I think he did it for himself.
I was actually thinking that might be his angle, because now there's no mystery. There's no people asking him what's going on, man. There's no like, we know. You've told us. We know what's happening. So now he's like, there's no pressure.
Oh man, no, I just remember. Yes, he's like I say, he's a legend. I still remember Carragher when the 7th goal came in, and he was just laughing. that was the. And I still remember Salah. That was probably my favorite game.
This is actually a good question. I don't expect he will be happy to be on the bench.
No, because that now I don't think he does.
It doesn't really matter now. He's leaving. He's announced.
It does to him, though.
Yeah,
it may not matter to you, but I think it does to Salah, like Nez was saying.
But now he's announced it. We can say, well, we have to plan for next season. We can't just play you in all the rest of the games now.
Well, I hear you.
What I do expect. Go ahead, Nez.
I hear you about next season, but literally their next game is an FA Cup game and a Champions League game. I struggle to see next season working in sort of do or die games. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So he'll probably start the next 2 games, but after that.
So you think the league games then? You're probably saying the league games. Yeah. I can see. I get a C on that one. I think that's what, and you reserve his energy. I can understand that. That makes sense to see.
So that's what I'm thinking. Next 2 games, obviously he'll start, but I think in the league, yeah, I think one of those some of those games he's not going to start. That would be my thinking.
Yeah, no,
so it's Fulham. It's Fulham. Your next Premier League game in between Paris is Fulham at Anfield.
Fulham are not playing well.
Yeah, so you can play.
They're already on the beach. They're already on the beach.
So then, to Steve's point, you played the kids for that one. So then he can play the next PSG leg, regardless of where it is, because you got to take both games serious.
Exactly. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I think that would make more sense.
One thing I do expect, no matter what happens, is that Slot will botch it in some way. He'll make a farce of it in some way. You know. So that'll be fun to watch. That'll be fun to watch, of course.
I'm just looking at what Arun's put down. Any of your wingers?
Who's he talking to?
I can't even.
I think he's talking about the Liverpool wingers, the other Liverpool wingers.
Oh, the other Liverpool wingers.
What? I can't even remember who your wingers are. They're that shit.
When you're talking about Gakpo, and I mean, can you even go at Rio? Can you even go at Rio like that? That's not fair.
Who are Man United's wingers?
They don't have wingers. He's actually right. They don't have wingers because they played that dumb, stupid system that Amorim was playing for so long that didn't have any width. So they didn't really they don't have wingers.
You actually had decent wingers back in the day as well. They had like Ronaldo.
I mean, Sesko, Bumo, Cunha, they're all down the middle kind of guys.
Yeah.
He's right. They don't really have any wingers. So Salah's better than your whole team, I guess, Arun. Think about your wingers. He's still better than them. I don't know who your is. If you're talking about me saying he's better than all of my wingers, well, duh.
Wingers.
If you're talking about Arsenal's wingers, duh. That's not like a dunk. That's not like dunking on anybody. Hey, Salah's better than Martinelli. Ha ha! If that's where you're going with it, Arun, you're going pretty low. Okay, thank you. We got some clarification there. Yeah, of course Salah's better than the other wingers. Yeah, he's definitely better than the other wingers. But hey, if you think about it, there might be some. Liverpool might do another madness in the summer. There might be some more people leaving. Another wave of people leaving. Whole new thing.
There'll be a bit more people. There'll be at least 1-2 defenders coming in, and I think a left winger as Arsenal as well. We need a left winger.
And if Leone gets healthy, it'll be like a new signing because he came in and then never played, right? He played like once or twice, right?
He played once or twice. So he's
center back, right?
New signing, and then we got Jacquet coming in. So
Nez would bite your hand off for this, Asif.
What was that? Please. Please. He looks good in red.
I don't. You guys need a winger. You guys got no wingers, like you said. So.
Savinho to United.
Savinho to United.
Hey, Asif, do you happen to notice when is Van Dijk's contract up?
He signed a 2-year one from.
So
next season.
So next season, it's got to be like next season.
Yeah, it's next
at the end of next season.
So you need a new captain.
Need a new everything.
We
build the team around Wirtz, man. Build the team around Florian Wirtz. I
think that's what they're planning on doing. Yeah. So next season is Van Dijk. So I think that's what we were planning on doing. We spent that much money on him, so I think we are planning.
Especially if you bring Alonso in.
I think we got Alonso. We got Frimpong as well. They know the system, and I think that's another reason why I think Xavi Alonso is the best. He'd bring the best out of him, and he'd be the best manager to take Liverpool forward.
This is the thing. Why does Alisson get injured so much?
Because
he's injured more than any goalkeeper ever.
But here's the thing. So Asif, so this is to support your point even more, man. And this is why I really felt Salah would have been better going last year. Because if Salah left last year, it would have been Wirtz's team. Virgil would have ushered the team in and led, and then he would have left this year. And then so he would have left. It would have gave a chance for like you to replace one at a time. But now all that did was push your window back, which again, so to the point of what if with the Salah thing, this is what it causes. And this is why sort of in business, you can't what if it. Hey, if he's good somewhere else, let him be good somewhere else. Like you brought a guy in to be the guy. You got good leadership with Virgil van Dijk, because regardless of your opinion, he's a leader. There's zero question about that. So if Van Dijk was there and he's helping Wirtz understand how to lead the team, and it's just him this year, I think Liverpool look differently this year. And so then when this is his swan song, and then Alisson could be next year, because you can keep a keeper because you can stick him somewhere or whatever, and he's hurt, so that's not a big deal. But now what Mo Salah has done is he's essentially pushed everything back a year, because you don't want to lose 2 leaders in the same year. That's crazy on your locker room.
I think with Van Dijk, we'll miss his leadership when he goes.
Giant.
For sure, that'll be a huge hole in the team.
But I do think we need to get. I think this is more of a. We need to get a business done early. If Konate needs to go, get him out of the door fast, and get someone else in.
The problem is it's a World Cup year. Nobody's doing shit till after the World Cup.
Some people do it before. Some people announce the signings like beforehand, even before the World Cup.
I agree, and I know that's true. But I know I've said it already, but I would I really wouldn't sign anybody before for two reasons. One, okay, if I sign a guy before and he's eager to sign, I'm a little leery about that unless they're not going to the World Cup at all. If they're not going, then I'm fine.
Yeah, some of them are not going. So,
and if that's the case, I'll go with that. But if it's a guy going, I for sure don't want to sign him because now he's my liability. I don't want, hey man, because say I sign a guy for a big contract, he get hurt in the World Cup. I don't want that. I prefer to pay the fee after and know he came good for something. Because then, like, if you have a great World Cup performance, I can understand paying the bag, right? But if you go to the World Cup and you play bad, now I have something to negotiate with. I don't have a problem paying a World Cup winner. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with that.
That's what happened for Enzo Fernandez.
The only problem that could be that sometimes that can push the price up as well, as you know.
No, but I don't have a problem for that. I prefer to take a guy that's proven on that ground.
For example, we've got the winger that we're linked with at the moment, that Diomande. He's Ivory Coast have qualified for the World Cup, so that's But I would. He's the kind of player he could extra put an extra 20 million on that if he played well at the World Cup,
which is fine because that experience is priceless.
It is, but then that can put them out of reach as well sometimes.
I hear you and I agree, but here's the thing. So I like your example. I'm gonna use your example because I want to use that to the other side because I get your it's gonna cost money thing. But say Ivory Coast they're in the World Cup bracket with Curacao, Ecuador, Germany, and it's Ivory Coast, right?
Wilson back to Liverpool, yeah. I think he'd make a good squad player.
And so I feel like Ivory Coast will beat Curacao. I don't know if they'll beat Ecuador, and I know they're not beating Germany. So does that mean he advances? I don't know, right? And so if they don't advance, and they're I
think they'll beat Ecuador, personally.
The World Cup is a different animal. So
it's a different animal. Just Ecuador are not historically. I'm not sure about talking about this current team. I haven't really watched them too well.
Well, it's the first game. It's their first game, so we'll find out.
But
I think that matters because say they don't advance. I know I'm not paying extra money for that.
But
I prefer to win.
I think it depends. It depends on everyone's got their own. You could put insurance in case they get injured at the World Cup. That kind of stuff can happen.
Yeah, but to Arun's point, he says, "What if he has a bad World Cup?" Because there's another thing that matters. Say you sign a guy and he plays like garbage. That's a huge psychological thing because now your fan base is like, "This is the guy you signed."
Yeah,
I wouldn't sign anyone until after the World Cup, like at all. Unless he's not in the World Cup.
I think most of the top teams will do that, as you mentioned. So
I don't know, Arun. We're gonna get to this actually at the end of the show, but I don't know.
Well, I think
Italy
they're
has a tough road.
To get into. Aren't they supposed to like? I think Infantino's automatically or something. They're going to replace somebody out. Like I saw it somewhere. They said some team is going to get removed, and then Italy is just.
That doesn't surprise me. Nothing that's going to come out about this World Cup will surprise me at all. Like there's no way you can surprise me. Look who is running the show. It's Donnie J and Infantino. Like it's gonna be wild. So just expect wildness, and you won't be like surprised. Yeah, absolutely, Arun. We're gonna be getting that in just a hot second. I do want to speak on the Spuds. Igor Tudor fooled me. I'll be the first to say it. I was fooled. I was wrong, and I apologize to the football world because I thought that the 1-1 was a turnaround. I thought the 3-2 was inspiration and motivation. They had a parade. Guys, a parade. to try to up the spirits, to try to get the fans up. And then they got shit on at home. Shits on. Like, wow. It was the same old, like, I thought that maybe, just maybe, because they had played a couple of good games that didn't look like they were children, that they might have maybe, and then, wow, man, that was a disgusting, that was another, like, typical performance. I told you guys time to get a result. Arun, credit's yours, bro. Yeah. Whatever that is worth for you, you got it. You nailed it. And I thought that they were going to put up a fight versus Forest. And what I learned from that game is that sometimes, yeah, the vibes are there, but when you come up against another team who's at the same spot and they're actually better than you and they have a better manager than you, like, it doesn't always, you can still suck. And it also proves that Tottenham's, whatever that little 2-game resurgence was, whatever feeling they had from that is just punctured and gone, right? Yeah, they're not, it's not, the only thing stopping Tottenham from going down right now is that West Ham's fixtures are worse. That's the legitimately only thing that they have any hope. The only reason they could have any hope at all is because West Ham's fixtures are probably the worst in the league for the rest of the season. It's bad. They play us. They play you. I think they play Liverpool as well. It's not great. And Vitor Pereira, and here's the main thing, and this is why I want to bring this up. Here's the main thing. Yes, you're right, Arun. Marinakis has done a madness this season. He's a crazy Greek guy playing Football Manager. And he wants the team to win. He cares about the club winning. Maybe he's a madman and he does crazy shit. And if you talk back to him, like Nuno obviously did, and that relationship got ruined, then he'll sack your ass. But he still wants the club to win. You cannot come close to even thinking that Vinay and Lange want Tottenham to win. It's money. They're just there for money. They're blood-sucking vampires. And I'm literally going to symbolically take my Arsenal hat off for this because it's an objective look at what owners could do to a historical footballing institution. It's the same thing that's happening at Chelsea. It's the legitimate same shit. They have business people in charge that don't care about winning football matches. They don't care about what the fans care about. And it's sad to see. It's really sad to see. And also, as far as Igor Tudor is concerned, it's not necessarily his fault. Yeah, he's not great, but he also had no Premier League experience. They put him there. And, condolences, of course, because his dad passed away, during the game. They didn't tell him until after the game. And so now it's an agreement. It's so weird what's being reported. It's like they've agreed to depart ways by mutual consent, but he's there until they figure it out. And so because they have 2.5 weeks until the next game, they're going to scramble to find another manager. Vinay alone has made a bad image of Indians in North London. First Arsenal, now Tottenham. I don't really know about that. I'm not. I honestly, I kind of separate. Huh? No, Vinay is one of the directors at Tottenham.
He's one of the directors.
Oh, okay.
I can't pronounce his last name. Most people just say Vinay because his last name is like Vinakateshan or something like that. That English people struggle with. English speakers struggle with. I tend to be able to separate what people do as far as the lens that we're looking at it through. So for me, Vinay has done shitty things as far as, running the club. whatever else he is or does, like it doesn't faze me at all. So what you look like, what you are, and so that maybe he has made a bad image for Indians in North London. I'm not plugged into that at all.
You have to appreciate Levy now that people were used to give him stick,
which is crazy.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, see, you're right. You're right, man.
But he used to get top dollar for when he used to sell them. He used to get top dollar.
He wouldn't have let this happen.
Yeah, he would have let this happen. He's the kind of guy who would have okay, no.
Why did they let him go?
He left.
Did he leave?
He got fed up, I think, and left.
Apparently, yeah. So he was one of the best, and I personally think.
I thought they let him go, man.
No, I think he was one of the best ones in.
He made them a lot of money. He definitely made them a lot of money.
Man. He was shrewd.
No one used to want to come to Tottenham to buy a player because they know you're gonna pay top dollar. So,
and it's crazy. It's crazy to me. But when you let business people run your club, at least Levy cared a little bit. When he sold Bale, he had 8 players.
He did.
They weren't the best players, but he knew what a hole that was in the team, and he bought 8 players with that money. I remember because Arsenal did F all in that summer transfer window, and we played Tottenham on the very first day and beat them 1-0 after they had just spent bare money on everybody. We didn't bring in anyone, and then we beat them. I'll never forget that, because one, I was happy Bale was gone. But the point is, yes, Levy also had his faults, and he focused a lot on concerts and go-kart tracks and making money. But I personally, he would have figured something out.
But the footballing side is he kept them in Europe. They were always in Europe with him.
he did well. So, on that side,
You're right.
And very shrewd operator. I'll give you that.
It's looking bleak for them, man.
It does look dark, but like I say, West Ham's fixtures are pretty bad as well. But that's the thing. You might expect that West Ham could find a point here, maybe find a win there.
I
after that Spurs performance versus Forest, I don't see that.
Yeah, they were really
anywhere.
So.
For them. And the big thing is both West Ham and Spurs play Wolves before the end of the season. So if Spurs can't even manage to beat Wolves, that will probably be where they get overtaken.
And the thing is, Wolves didn't even have to win. They just need to draw.
They just need to show up, yeah. It'll be crazy if Forest wins the Europa League and gets relegated. Yep. That'll be some... Yeah.
But then
that would be some Spursy shit, though.
But here's the crazy part, because to that point, it really does say something about the league this year, right? There's something crazy going on in the league that I don't know what they need to do, but something is weird going on in the league because that shouldn't be happening.
No. I agree. It shouldn't be happening. It's kind of wild. And I thought that the fight was back for them. I did. I thought that there was but here's the kicker. Guess who were both back in the team for this game?
Ooh.
And they haven't played together in a few games. Romero and Van de Ven were both in the team. And for me, those two have been the guys that have clearly shown their head's not there. Their heart's gone. They're not in it. And as soon as they both come back, because Romero was on that 4-game ban, right? And then Van de Ven missed a game, and now they're both back in the team. And Tudor plays Van de Ven at left back. What are you doing? And the only guys that really look like they want it. And what's crazy to me is the one that spurred them on, pun intended, versus Liverpool and Atletico, the one who has the fight the one who's been there and knows what it means to fight for your life and survive in the Premier League is Richarlison. And I do not like him very much. I call him the Pigeon Man all the time, and I think it's ridiculous the tattoos he's got on his back. But he is the one that fights. He's the one that shows, that he's up for that battle and can maybe lift the team just with his energy, his work rate, and his verve, his passion, desire. And he comes off in the 60th minute when they're down and need a spark. So while it's not necessarily all on Tudor, like he's also not making great decisions. Subbed Mickey off due to tactical reasons. Yeah, probably mental reasons. If you ask me, I know I'm going on about it, but that red card versus Crystal Palace, man, that looked so like lazy and intentional, like he didn't care at all from Van de Ven. So I have my issues with him on that, And I thought go ahead.
No, go ahead and continue because you're still talking about Spurs.
I just thought I thought the fight was back. I thought the fight was there, But when it's Mateus Tell and Archie Gray trying to pull you forward, like, yeah.
If they get relegated, I'm struggling to see how they come back.
I think, but a lot of
half the team will go.
Looking at this though, they are expected a lot of their players to come back by the next. So after the international break, so Kudus is going to be back.
That's big.
Gallagher, Bissouma, for example.
Bissouma's big for them as well.
Vicario, he should be back as well. I'm just looking at this.
Well, how long is he going to be out? He's having a hernia surgery today.
Bettencourt's supposed to be back April, May time as well.
Well, I have a question because Jake, you said this in the show, Jake, and to see if I have this question for you that I think is important. We talked about just now the relegation. So with the relegation, obviously the players are going to leave. But say they beat the drop and they finish in 17th. Do the players stay? Because I wouldn't want to stay there.
I think more of them will stay.
They'll have to have a clear out in the summer.
So either way, these players are gone.
Yeah, either way, they're gone.
So what's
Romero? Romero's out the door for sure.
What's the point? Motivation?
One of the two.
Professionalism.
But look at what we've seen. Are you sure we're going to get that?
One of the two will definitely go this summer.
No, I don't. I think they'll both go in. I think they'll both go in the summer. They've both shown. They've both shown that they don't give a shit.
He's been playing really well in the Bundesliga. So he's going to be back at the end of the season. So I think he'll probably go straight into the team once he's back. I forgot his name. I think Bayern were linked with him. He's
Pedro Porro might go.
Yeah, I think there's a.
Teams are looking for a left back.
But the new faces, if they beat the job, the new faces will stay. Kudus will stay. Xavi Simons will stay. Kolo Muani will probably stay. Solanke will probably stay.
They'll have Madison back next season. You gotta take that into account as well.
Boom. There you go. This is very likely. Like if this happened, I wouldn't be surprised at all. If either of these happened.
Yeah.
That depends. If he's going to have an attitude.
I think his attitude's connected to the fact that he's losing. Because, for example, like Cherky before when Cherky came to City, everybody was like, "Oh, he has a bad attitude." We don't see none of that. We see he's a goofball, but the attitude was.
I think somewhere else. Also, if we did sign him, we could get him. It'd be a good transition from him to Van Dijk as well. They're both Dutch. Yeah, I think they play together in the national team as well. So.
Well, and the reason I asked that question is because the thing is, even if they don't beat the drop, if they beat the drop, obviously the question is then to Arun's point, like if I'm a team, I'm talking to the agent. Hey man, we need this position because skill wise, these guys can play, and guys will raise their level. if they're in a better environment. Now, for Liverpool, it's funny because this is the other reason why the movement of Salah sort of mattered, because then it affects the movement of Van Dijk and Alisson. Liverpool need a defender, right? So Asif, do you think Liverpool, if they had a chance to get Porro, would they take him?
That's an interesting one.
Maybe, yeah.
And so if they take him, then that means you need Van Dijk to be there at least 2 more seasons, because you need to make sure
Robertson wants to leave.
Right, because I thought didn't sign a pre-contract somewhere, if I'm not mistaken.
He almost went to Spurs in January.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But he didn't even.
That was crazy.
I mean, like, skill-wise, I think Porro's a better player, right?
Yeah, I do think so.
Well, Robbo's just old.
I think out of that team, there's not many. Maybe Van der Ven would probably be the one that I'd get. Porro maybe as well.
But I think
would you get Van der Ven to replace Van Dijk though?
No, we could like a transition season. So get him then after
and then he would play that. Well, then go for both, Porro and Van der Ven.
I would.
Porro plays the wing back. Porro's the wing back, and Van der Ven can take Van Dijk's spot,
or play next to him. And then as Van Dijk leaves, there you go. And that's why I'm saying, even if they don't beat the drop, if I'm a Premier League team, I'm looking at their team like, oh well, let's see, you suck and the management sucks, so and you know that Levy's not
doesn't impress me though. I don't think Simmons
and Levy's not.
If they get relegated though, it's a fire sale.
Oh, everybody,
everyone's going to be
a lot of people are going, man. Because you're going to be able to, because just like you said, Levy's not there. They're going to be desperate, and teams are going to be able to pick up these players on the cheap.
And I'm sure any agent worth his salt has a relegation clause in them contracts.
I don't think a lot of them have.
Well, then that's why I said any agent worth his salt. Because there's no way Yeah, I mean, I've heard that they do, and then I heard that they didn't, and then I heard that some do and some don't, and then
a lot of them. The ones who signed like Richarlison, for example, they don't have one.
Because he signed when they were 6th consistently.
Yeah, the ones I think the ones who signed like this season, last season, yes, they do have them, but the other ones when they were
that makes sense.
Yeah, the ones that were playing. Where before all this happened, as in going into Europe.
So they're gone.
Yeah.
Anybody without a relegation clause is out the door immediately. Gone. They're not paying those wages. You're
and technically, I hate to be this guy. So if say I have a relegation clause in my contract and I'm looking at the season and my agent is already sniffing around at other teams, what's my reason to play worth anything now? I want us to get relegated because that means I get to go wherever I want. And I say that because, Jake, you said professionalism, but there's professionalism, and then there's also, I have this window as a professional athlete. Do I stay here and suck? Or do I go to a better situation and potentially win something if I've never won anything?
It's a fine line, right? It's a fine line because if you stink it out too much,
but you don't have
teams
to
don't want you as much.
I might low-key give you a segue right here, Jake. You don't have to stink it out too much, but you can get a niggle that all of a sudden doesn't heal, and now you can't travel with the team, and then you're just like, oh, well, I pulled my shoulder string. I mean, my ham leg, and then you stay at home, and then all of a sudden the team keeps sucking, and then you're like, oh, dang, they got relegated. So can I go play for Liverpool now? Because that's essentially what I would do.
Hey, if that's not the best segue I've ever heard in my life, World Cup qualifiers tomorrow, I believe they start. There are big games going on. I'm going to look up this schedule right quick because
I thought we were going to go to Chelsea, Jake.
Yeah, we'll skip Chelsea. They're in the mud. They're going to be there the next time we meet up as well. So
they really are not good. They are not good.
It's not a good situation, and there's plenty to chat about here with these fixtures.
These qualifiers going to be fire.
So I expect Italy should get past North Macedonia.
No, they're playing.
Oh, you're right. Manchester United did get robbed. Nobody cares. No, that's true. That's true. They did get robbed, and it was a tragedy. But Arun, I actually did a video on that. It's out there.
Yeah,
the bar one. Go check it out.
Quick before we leave that, Arun said they got robbed. He said they were shocked there in third. You can't have both. Just take it.
How did they get robbed? Out of curiosity, I don't understand.
No, it was no. Ahmed should have had a penalty. It was definitely a.
Yes, it was.
It was definitely a pen. It was definitely a pen. How do we look forward to players pulling out suddenly when it's Arsenal? A lot of backlash. Absolutely. No, Charles, you're right.
It's because we called this before the thing. Remember, we talked about this.
We knew it was happening. We knew it was absolutely happening.
No, I think.
Oh man,
yeah.
Go through.
Gabriel did the same thing. And then all of a sudden Saliba's ankle. Brian Mbeumo. Oh, my back or whatever. He's not playing for Cameroon. He's pulled out of the camp.
Matter of fact, we said if we know a guy is locked into the team, he had an injury. Like, oh man, my thing hurt. Whatever the thing, pick the injury. I got that.
Yeah, I got tinnitus.
No, but California, I think he's going to play for Italy. So
they need him. They need him. Yeah.
That makes sense.
But just speaking about,
they're playing Northern Ireland. You're right. Denmark are playing North Macedonia. It was right above on the team sheet.
I'm reading an article today about the Northern Ireland coach saying basically they're not the Italy of old. They don't have a Totti. They don't have a Del Piero anymore.
No, he's not talking shit.
No, really.
That's awesome.
So, and I thought that was a very good way to to get the aura around them to slip off.
Italy's gonna smash them after that. Italy's gonna smash them.
Well, the thing is, you don't smash too much because it's the number of goals don't matter. You just got to beat the team and play the next one.
As if thoughts on Salah rate above or below Gerrard. Oof. Output wise, it has to be Salah. Output wise, yeah. Influence wise, Gerrard obviously. It just depends on what you're measuring.
I don't think Salah had more of an influence than De Bruyne though. I think De Bruyne is still in front of him.
Wait a minute, what? Now I got to read it.
De Bruyne.
He's asking if you think De Bruyne or Salah is higher.
De Bruyne is one of the greatest midfielders to ever play in the Premier League, let alone the world. Yeah. I'm not saying Salah's not that. I'm not saying Salah's not that.
But if you're talking about goal output wise, yeah.
Well, we're talking about wins.
Yeah.
Are we talking?
As far as
goal output wise, De Bruyne got the most assists, right? Like in his span, right?
He got more goals.
But he also won a four-peat, a treble.
Do assists not lead to goals? Isn't that how the assists work? Like I made my
it's De Bruyne for me. It's De Bruyne for me. And Bruno Fernandes being the face of the Premier League is a joke. Talk to me when you've won it. Why is Haaland not the face of the Premier League?
I'm curious about this as a quick aside. Imagine if Chelsea was able to get it together where De Bruyne and Salah could have played together. My God.
They would have been monsters.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When he goes to Napoli now, Salah.
hey, you know what?
Together.
That's a shout because Salah knows Italy. And I think he could go back there and beast it. Because when he was at Fiorentina and at Roma, I think he could.
I'm still thinking I'm just going back on that question, De Bruyne or Salah. What do the guys think in the chat? That's why I want to know. Who would you pick?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking. Who would you pick, Charles? Charles?
I'd go for just goal wise. I'd say Salah, but
De Bruyne can score goals. He wasn't asked to do that.
I think De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne. For me, this is the difference. De Bruyne was the guy that made the play. Salah was the guy that finished the play, and he did it well. But De Bruyne also finished the play, also made the play, also did the build-up, also did the hard work in the middle of the park, also got all the assists, also got all of the goals, also got all of the trophies.
De Bruyne was like the orchestrator, but Salah was like he used to finish. He'd just go some.
De Bruyne can finish though.
De Bruyne was yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the difference. If you're gonna say that, no, hold on. If you're gonna say that, then Salah's here with finishing, and De Bruyne is here with finishing.
Like, come on, man.
Hold on. De Bruyne's midfield play and overall contribution to the team.
Come on, man. I'm not even taking anything from Salah because Salah is a world-class, legendary player.
The gap's a lot bigger.
No, I'm not saying De Bruyne is.
No, I know you're not saying that. I know you're not saying that.
He's just. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's bias. It's fine to have the bias too. He look what he did for your team. It's nothing wrong with the bias because I know my bias is connected to what De Bruyne did.
Consistently, he used to get bang and win, and I think everyone knows that he was consistent.
And consistently, De Bruyne was breaking lines from everywhere. He turned Haaland into a monster because look at Haaland now. And I'm not saying Haaland's bad, but imagine if De Bruyne, look at De Bruyne at Napoli. Like, look at De Bruyne at Wolfsburg. Like, De Bruyne was that dude. And again, I would love to have seen them play together because they would have been absolutely terrifying to see together. Terrifying.
No, imagine him threading through balls to Salah.
Woo! Imagine.
The rest of the league would have been toast. The rest of the league would have been toast, man.
Nobody. I want together?
Toast. Absolute toast. Speaking of toast, I am not sure Northern Ireland's bravado is gonna be doing too much for them. You know what I mean? I think Italy will get past that one, but I think they play the winner of Turkey and the other whoever Turkey's playing. Romania, and so we might have a Turkey-Italy playoff final for a spot there as far as the bracket is concerned.
That will be
an awesome game. Awesome game, dude. Çalhanoğlu, Arda Güler. Turkey's got a team, bro. Turkey's got a team, man.
Turkey have got a good team. They don't travel well, but yeah.
No, where would it be? I wonder. I'm looking at just fixtures. I'm not looking at a bracket, so I don't really know. If Italy and Turkey both won, I'm not sure what it has to do with. I'm not sure how they figure that out. To be honest with you, but I think as far as some of the other ones are going, the other big one is Ukraine-Sweden. That's probably actually the biggest matchup in this set of fixtures here. Wales versus Bosnia should be good, but Ukraine versus Sweden is big.
Sweden for me.
I don't know, man. It's going to be tough.
I know. I'm not saying it's not going to be tough, but I think Sweden have they have more of the experience. A lot of them have most of their team playing like all over the
Well, it's a neutral ground. They're playing in Valencia for some reason. It's supposed to be a Ukraine home game. So I know why they're not playing, in Kiev, but you couldn't play in like Poland or something. You couldn't play like somewhere closer. I don't know. Anyway, Valencia is probably a good neutral ground, because it's warm for both teams.
Because your mate Gyökeres will be playing
cold places. Ripped apart by Spain 6-0. Yeah, Charles. Spain is him. Spain is it.
But,
aren't they? Aren't they? Oh goodness!
But Ukraine are without two of the main players for accumulation of yellow cards.
Ooh.
So
that's big. That's big. Yeah, Gyökeres is definitely gonna want to show up. He's gonna want to. So that's one of the Arsenal players that'll definitely be going for it over the break.
Ilanga as well.
Anthony Ilanga is Swedish.
Yep.
Did I know that?
I didn't. I didn't do it.
Really? Huh.
Ilanga
Well,
here.
yeah.
That's what it says here. I don't know if it's the same Ilanga, but it's saying here, yeah.
Well, there you go, man. Maybe that does favor Sweden. We'll see. That should be a good game, though. That should definitely be a good game. But there's a whole lot on the line. Check this out. I saw a thing on X or Instagram, one of them, so you know it has to be true. Harry Wilson's grandfather placed a bet when he was like 5 that he would play for Wales one day. Placed a $50 bet that Harry Wilson would play for Wales one day when Harry Wilson was like 5 years old. He got paid.
Who took that bet? Paid.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm not sure. That's why I'm not sure it's true, because who the hell would take that bet?
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Harry Wilson got the call up, and he got $125K payout.
I remember I was on the train once, and then one guy, this was ages ago, before even people heard of Rooney, and he was like, there's this young kid who plays for Everton. I was like, you're joking. He goes, I put a bet on he's gonna play for England one day. I put a bet on it. I'm just watch. And this is his name, and he was like Wayne Rooney, and I was just like, and I just forgot about it. I just laughed him off at the time, and we were just talking on the Scout Sky on the train. And then years later, I remember him playing for Everton when he's on his debut, and I was like, "Shit, this is the kid that he was on about."
Yeah, he scored that banger versus Arsenal.
Yeah, and then
of course I remember that. Of course I remember that. It's disgusting.
And he used to watch the youth team, Everton youth team. He used to say to me, "I've put a bet on him to actually represent England, and he's going to do it." So,
yeah, he was shit, wasn't he? I'm just playing, man.
So. even I'm not a man.
No, I'm just messing with Arun. Wayne Rooney is one of my favorite non-Arsenal players.
Yeah, look, £125,000 he won.
Wow,
paid it out.
Yeah,
and they got a tough game versus Bosnia.
Wow,
there you go. It's actually there.
I am mind blown.
I didn't know a book would take that. I'm shocked that
that's what I'm saying, man.
Would take that bet. But hey, you heard it right there. You know, if they're taking bets on Wayne Rooney, I'm sure they're still doing it nowadays. You know, this time it's 94 all over again. It's Joga Benito in America.
Oh yeah,
with Ancelotti eyebrow raise and cigar.
Yeah,
so it's just taking $50.
He went to William Hill. I think that's
William Hill. That makes sense. William Hill makes sense.
In Wrexham. And he goes, sorry, that's over my head. You're going to have to ring the headquarters in London. It took a couple of months to go through, but they gave him 2,500 to 1. So he had to contact the head office to get those odds.
That's bang on, man.
Amazing. That's amazing. Talk about having faith in your grandson.
Hey, a quick thing about Charles's point about KDB has low apps due to injuries. Just so he knows, Mo Salah played approximately 291 games, and Kevin De Bruyne played 278.
Boom.
Math tells me that those are pretty close. Just so we're there.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching. They're all at the same time tomorrow, so I'll watch one of them. Maybe.
Yeah, they have to be.
Turkey, Romania is actually earlier. For some reason.
But I think it's how's it bracketed? Like, Asif, did you said you saw it? Did you see the bracket? Like, where's the bracket
for
the world the UEFA? It says the UEFA qualification semifinal.
Oh,
like, where is that? Like, they gotta have a bracket if it's a semifinal, right?
World Cup qualifying.
I think I found it.
Because, like, how does that work? Because that's
Turkey, Romania, Ukraine.
Hold on, I think I found
Poland,
it right
Albania.
here. Yeah. Okay. So it's Wales versus Bosnia plays the winner of Italy versus Northern Ireland. Slovakia and Kosovo play the winner of Turkey versus Romania. Ukraine and Sweden play the winner of Poland versus Albania. And then Czechia plays Ireland versus the winner of Denmark and North Macedonia. And all four of the winners of the second games there will qualify.
Yeah, so Turkey will probably play
Turkey probably plays Slovakia, I would guess. I don't know
But
about
they're
Kosovo.
playing at one, I guess, because of the
No,
time.
I'm looking at the pathways. I
don't know why they're not playing at the same time. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, like how many hours is Turkey behind?
Not a lot. It shouldn't be a lot, right?
It can't be.
Turkey.
They're very kind of. The longitude is very close, right? I would think. But yeah, that was not the pathways I was expecting. I thought Turkey would have to play Italy. So I mean, a Wales Italy game or a Bosnia Italy. I'm not sure. I haven't seen Bosnia play recently.
Yeah, it's not on Turkey. Yeah.
No, it's in Turkey.
Yeah, it's in Turkey.
Turkey's the home side.
No, Turkey against Romania, but then they play the winner of Slovakia Kosovo. Looking at this.
Yeah, where is the next game? I wonder. Probably Turkey, as they're probably the higher
the
seeded
next
team.
one will be away to Turkey.
Well, here's the thing.
Or Slovakia will be at home. Looking at this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Czechs against Ireland, and then, but it looks like Poland, if they beat Albania, will be away.
And then Turkey is 1 hour in front of Slovakia.
So so it'll probably be Bosnia or Wales have to play at home against Italy. So Italy are going to be away for the most likely for the next match.
What is he talking about twisting data? I'm just okay. First of all, Charles, I just read what was on there. What data did I twist? I just showed numbers. Like
he's saying that KDB played 100 games in the last 5 years, and Salah played 170 in the last 5 years. And KDB and Charles, KDB took a shit on Mo Salah in the last 5 years.
And we're talking about games in general, right? And stats, right? Overall career, right?
Mo Salah had the one season in the last 5 years where he was good. Man City actually won the trophy the last 4 years before that, and KDB was a huge part of it.
But how is
we're not saying Salah's shit because KDB is better. We're just saying
Salah is excellent, legendary. But I literally just gave raw numbers. Like, how is that using the twisting data? It's literally raw numbers.
So, are we rooting for anybody? Are we hoping anybody gets through, guys? What are we thinking? I do want to see Italy back in the tournament.
If I'm being honest, I'm interested.
I want to see Italy be there. I think they're a good footballing nation. I
like Wales, though. I wouldn't mind seeing Wales go through as well. Harry Wilson at the World Cup, why not?
Yeah.
I am interested in the Interconfederation semifinal because I want Jamaica to beat North Caledonia, and to be Suriname. That's where I am.
Is that tomorrow as well? Are those games tomorrow as well?
Yes, the Bolivia Suriname game is at 6 p.m. and New Caledonia and Jamaica is at 11 p.m.
Because as much as we, obviously are focused on the European stuff, because that's what we kind of focus on European football. There's other qualifiers as well. There's other qualifiers as well. Bolivia, Suriname.
My phone number, just send it. I'm gonna look on the screen, man.
I'm gonna send it to you. Give me a sec.
Send it to me.
If he's gonna let me.
I think that's the only other one.
Just screenshot it and send it.
That's what I'm doing all.
Is there not? Is there not like the other ones for the?
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. The Jamaica Caledonia game is tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, it's at 11 p.m.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find the other.
They're closer on assists than I thought.
Yeah, no, Salah has a bunch of assists because that one season that one of the seasons he won Player of the Season, he had crazy numbers. But look,
he absolutely smashes him for goals.
He does, but no one questioned that at all. Like no one ever questioned that. But you see how the games is 291 to 278, right? Like I didn't make the numbers up.
No, I'm not saying the games, but I'm saying like the rest of the stats.
We knew Salah had the goal numbers. I knew that.
Yeah, but I didn't think they were so close in like assists and big chances created.
Yeah, so I think.
Well, if you think about it, in that Liverpool,
I was just looking for it.
when Firmino.
So
and
those are the
Mane-
only other games. Or go ahead. Y'all finish.
No, that was it. That was done.
Oh yeah, just talking about.
Yeah. So like looking forward, the only other games are.
Ancelotti's going to be. He's happy in Brazil. I don't blame him.
Oh, the Jogo Bonito thing. Yeah. I think it's going to be. I think it's. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to do my best to enjoy the tournament in spite of some the things surrounding it. And
did you see? I sent y'all a thing about the tickets getting released. Like I saw the tickets. Like the lowest tickets were like $1,500. And it was like
it's crazy.
It was like East Bumfuck versus Dusty Man or something like that. Like, what are we doing, man?
It's like if Suriname qualifies, it'll be Suriname versus Czechia or something. Like
just to compare, you're going to the France Colombia game, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And what's the price range for that game, even though it's a friendly?
Well, I bought my tickets months ago. I paid $200 per ticket. But I'm literally 7 rows from the goal. Like I'm 7 rows from behind the goal. Like but I also bought the sale too.
So basically, what they're charging?
4,000, 5,000, 50,000% more.
Wow,
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah.
And you get to see
some
of the best players in the world.
I would love to get to one. There's Atlanta's close by at least. I don't think they're playing.
Atlanta has the best prices just because of the stadium, but it's still, man, like you're asking someone to spend almost $2,000, like 2 stacks on a football game against nobody.
Have you ever been to Atlanta Airport, Jake?
The airport? Yeah, I got lost there one time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's worse now based on what's happening in our airport.
I remember being there once. They didn't like my face. They didn't like my face. Just put it that way, Jake.
They might treat you kind of special this time too.
Well, apparently, right now, ICE is running the airports because the government is shut down again.
Exactly.
Because Congress is out here doing fuck all, but
nothing. No, they're literally doing nothing. They're not doing anything.
I have a question, Jake. When's the first game? Out of curiosity.
June something, right?
So that's
June
before
9th
your
or something
midterm
like that.
elections. All right, yeah, they're screwed. Yeah, ICE is going to be at the airports as well, more or less.
No, ICE is going to be at the games.
ICE will be at the games.
Even before you actually.
No, they'll open the government back up and get TSA doing it again before the tournament.
I don't know, Jake. I don't know if that's going to happen, man.
I was reading that he won't sign
June 11th.
Sign anything into law without some of his legislation going through.
So, just so you know,
That's always how they do it. That's how they do it. They put in, if you're going to get your way, well, I'm going to put this in the back door and I'm going to have this little line in Article 964 that gives me the power to do this or this or this. And no one reads it because no one reads it.
Well, the first United States game is on Friday, June 12th. And that's the first game in the United States. But the first game is on the 11th.
Is the opener
playing who?
The opener is is in Mexico City, man, at Azteca. Azteca's open back up. Just
Mexico.
No, Mexico's playing South Africa in the opener.
Mexico will win that.
That was a great opener. That was a great opener for 2010. That was the game that opened the 2010 World Cup. It was a good game.
Well, South Africa this time, so I don't know. Hey, the Azteca is going to be rocking.
There's going to be
that's going to be rocking.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like I almost would want to be there if I could teleport into the stadium and didn't have to travel through Mexico to get there. I think it'd be cool to be there.
Or the airport or any of that. Yes.
I don't think it'd be cool to kind of be in any other part of the city.
No. I mean, I tailgate. I go to the parking lot. I bet the parking lot would be fun.
Imagine trying to be a referee and not giving them a penalty.
They won't need one. They won't need one. These guys
should win that.
Imagine if it came down to that, and you'd have to get out of that stadium. You'd need.
Oh no! No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
No.
You need
Once
an
you're there,
army.
once you're in there, you're not getting out. Yeah, once you're in there, you ain't
Okay.
getting out till it's over. Till whatever happens is over, you ain't going nowhere.
No, thank you.
Oh my
You
god!
get- you
But
get
you're
smuggled
right.
out
That's
to the
gonna be incredible.
It is.
But with that in mind, I think that the games tomorrow are huge,
man. Huge,
and I
man.
think that some of the discussions we've had around these games, as far as how they'll affect the club games, I think the players in these particular games have put the club stuff to the side. It's on the back burner. It's like Victor Gyökeres, he's gonna go 100%. He's gonna go. Yeah, Arsenal are trying to win a treble still, but
How would
yeah,
you
he's
feel
gonna-
if
gonna
somebody
go for
picked up injury on international
I'd be,
duty?
I'd be devastated, but I would understand, like Gyökeres.
I think
I'd be devastated, of course.
I'm a shoot straight. I think they're fine if he doesn't play. I think that they'll
I
stick tight
disagree.
here. And
We're
I
so
think they'll
much
be
better.
fine.
We're so much better with him up
I
top.
didn't say they're not better. I didn't say that. I said I think they'll be fine to finish out the season. I don't think you have to run at all of the things, but I think you're fine to finish out the season if he's not there in the league.
I don't think we'd win the Champions League. Well, I don't know.
That's what I said. I said you're fine in the league. I think you're fine in the league if he's not back for that.
Kai does have a game-winning Champions League, and yes, the Arsenal quad is still loading because we're the only one that would count that as a quad. So it's still there to be. It's still
the banter.
It's still there to be had, and I think there's no better place to go ahead and wrap it up than right there. Of course, I haven't yet decided if I'm going to do a watch along tomorrow for one of the games, maybe the Italy game. We shall see. So make sure you get the notification bell on. Make sure you're locked in so you know when we are live. Make sure you're smashing up the like button on your way out. We do appreciate you being here, of course. Hope you subscribe. If you are new, it'd be an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to the community. It really does help us on the road to 500. And of course, we want to know your comments, your thoughts, your questions, your concerns down there in the comments section. Once again, we've enjoyed it. Hope you have as well. And we'll see us next time.